Hey, what's up guys? This is Styles, and guess what? I'm back with the crowd favorite. That's right, Sieghetzt is back and sending me replays once again. So thank you very much, Sieghetzt, for this submission. His opponent is going to be Tyche, spawning as the blue Protoss. Oh man, I'm excited to be casting these games once again. Sieghetzt is such an amazing player. I'm so glad that he actually sent in another replay to me. For a second I was getting worried. I was like, oh, this guy's not gonna send in replays. He's like not sending in replays anymore. But never mind, he's sending in replays, and guess what? There's also big news on Sieghetz's front. If you guys, want to follow him whatsoever, he actually started streaming now. So if you guys want to follow him on Twitch TV, it's just www.twitchtv.com/Sieghetzt. Also, he also has a YouTube channel up as well. I think I'm like, the little friendship thing where it's on my channel where I tell you guys to go look at him as well. Anyways, his YouTube channel is youtube.com/Sieghetzt. Just putting it out there, he's a pretty good player right now. He is a diamond level player, but right now, like I said, Tyche is Tyche is actually a master level player. So he's getting up there. He's pretty much, I'm guessing he's going to be master by the end of the season, maybe next season. So he's an amazing player. He's starting to stream, so I feel like you guys should check him out. Not to mention his YouTube channel has a lot of cool stuff too. He also plays Battlefield Bad Company 2 off to the side every once in a while. So if you're ever getting like bored of like StarCraft 2, which I don't see how you could ever get bored of this awesome game, but if you ever do, you guys can check out his Bad Company 2 stuff as well. It looks like we're going to be seeing spawning pool before hatchery. For a second, I thought he was actually going to go for a 15 hatch. I was getting worried. I was like, 15 hatch? I don't know. Against a Protoss, you might be owned by a 4-gate, but in the end, it looks like Tyche is actually going to be going for a Forge fast expand and putting that Forge really like up to that ramp. That's actually pretty interesting that he does that, because a lot of Protoss players do love to just kind of just wall off like this slowly, and use the Nexus as part of their wall off. But Tyche is going all out with this, and this is actually pretty interesting because that means if he starts placing down cannons like here, the roaches will not be able to get total complete vision of the cannon, and so the cannon will get that early volley off before the roaches can start shooting at us. So it's a pretty interesting placement by Tyche right off the bat. And another thing about Sieghetzt before this game completely gets out of hand with all that crazy micro, macro, and all that good stuff, Sieghetzt is also doing lessons and all that tutoring, whatever you guys want to call it. He's doing lessons and coaching. That's the word I was looking for, coaching. Lessons and coaching for $8 an hour, so you guys should check him out if you, for whatever reason, want to get better. I think he does Terran and Zerg coaching. I don't think he does coaching for any Protoss or anything like that. But either way, Sieghetzt is going to be doing coaching for Zerg and Terran, so you guys should check him out if you guys need help as that matchup. If you play that race and all that good stuff, because like I said, this guy's a pretty amazing player, man. Diamond level and all that good stuff, going against master level at this point. So, and it's a lot cheaper than all the other, a lot cheaper than a couple other pros. Let me just leave it at that. I mean, have you guys heard? I think doesn't Idra coach for like $300 an hour? That thing is sick, man. But then again, if you get coaching from Idra, you're gonna get freaking good. Let me just leave it at that. But either way, let's pretty much get on with this game. Looks like both players are just going to be going pretty damn standard at this point. Sieghetzt getting out that hatchery, and looks like we're going to be seeing a Forge fast expand going pretty much completed for Tyche. I'm interested to see. I'm actually interested that he got this extra cannon right here. Usually, you don't want to start spending all that money on cannons when you don't really need it. I mean, at this point, look, he started his cybernetics core a little bit after the gateway finished. Pretty much saying that the gateway finished, there was about like 2 or 3 seconds where he pretty much didn't have the minerals necessary to drop down that gateway. I mean, the cybernetics core. I feel like you just don't need a cannon. I mean, there's no aggression coming on for Sieghetzt at this point. He only has a couple Zerglings out, and this Zealot will be able to pretty much clean up house. This Zealot pretty much in this position, taking care of like being the doorkeeper or the gatekeeper, and one cannon could have cleaned it up, but instead he invested in an extra cannon. Not really quite sure if I agree with that, but that's just me nitpicking at the small things. Not that it really matters, but just want to refine it. Kind of cut some corners if you can. Get that extra little bit of edge you can on your opponent. But we'll see how this game plays out. It's not like if Tyche loses, I'm going to be like, oh, it came down to that one cannon in the early game. I'm not going to say that, but just saying you want to try and get a little bit of an edge in the early game if you can. So if you can cut corners, why not do so? But as of this time, look at oh my god, this is the greatest. Wait, guys. Look at the mini-map. This is sick. Oh my god, I love you, Sieghetzt. This is proof of using Zerglings and like getting that map control and not having idle lings just in a bunch at your ramp. This is like just amazing. I know, and I'm not trying to be biased or anything. I'm serious. Look at this. He gets complete vision of anything headed his way. If any sort of air leaves, he'll see it on the on this way here. He'll see it with this Overlord. If Tyche tries to get out this way, he'll see it with this Zergling. He sees so much from his opponent, and that's why earlier we could see like 10 drones being in production at the same time, because he'll know pretty much when something is on the way. And not to mention, he's going to be throwing down a couple spine crawlers. Not really quite sure I agree with this. It kind of reminds me of the cannon placement for Tyche. They're kind of just playing really cautiously and defensively, when you could have just used these the 2 drones to make this as, like, you know, just mining drones. But whatever, once again, just going to be nitpicking at the small things. Either way, pretty damn, man, this spread is sexy as hell. This is pretty ridiculous. And that one probe that was kind of just chilling out and scouting around, the initial probe is going to be throwing down a proxy pylon. And oh man, that's going to suck. If he went through all the trouble putting all these lings out everywhere, and then there's a proxy pylon and the warping happens here, it's going to be pretty interesting. Looks like a couple zealots are going to make their way out, trying to clean up this Zergling mess, and all the Zerglings are going to pull back, make sure he doesn't lose them. Kind of wants to use them in an engagement if it does happen. Looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of work gates out for Tyche as well. Maybe it looks like Tyche might be going for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways? Yes, looks like he's going to be going for that 6 gate pressure attack that happens off of 2 bases. A lot of Protoss do like to do this off of instead of the 4 gate now, because it's a little bit more popular to do this. You get a lot more units out, and you can be so much more aggressive with this build. And it looks like there's going to be a move out. And was that a cancel? Yes, he actually canceled the. Oh my god, that's sick! What he's doing is actually dropping down a couple creep tumors and then quickly canceling them. And it looks like the Zealot is actually just going to just kind of be... Oh, was that a... Oh, he actually did lose that creep tumor finally. But I like that, where you kind of just shoot out your creep tumor and then quickly cancel it. Kind of mess with the enemy opponent. Make his units run around back and forth. Looks like we're going to see a really good move by Tyche, putting on this contain in a sense, having a nice little spread of Zealots too, so if anything engages directly here, he can get a good flank with these Zealots. And now he's going to be working on his 3rd as he's moving out. These Overlords are going to spot this proxy pylon, but also Sieghetzt is actually losing a couple Overlords to these Stalkers. These Stalkers are able to get a lot of free kills on these Overlords. Also, I'm wondering if he's actually worried if these are kind of like quote-unquote the retard magnet that Destiny loves to use, but he doesn't need to worry at this point. None of these are going to be retard magnets, and oh man, these Stalkers are going to be able to kill a lot of Overlords in these pretty much sniping sprees in a sense. Loses another one. It looks like he might lose this as well if he makes it to the high ground. And ooh, it was not fast enough. Those Overlords are just so slow. And it looks like now Sieghetzt is trying to prepare. He is going to be supply blocked after losing all those Overlords, and we're also going to be seeing Passaging Glands on the way for Sieghetzt. So it looks like he's going to want to pretty much jump right into that Infestor play that is really popular from Zerg players these days. I mean, I swear to God, whenever I'm playing against a Zerg, I always just pretty much blind counter with the Infestor build all the time on the ladder. That's pretty much like what a lot of Zerg players are doing, and is really popular. So I'm just like, well, if it's the most cost-effective unit in the Zerg arsenal, might as well just try and counter that straightforward.